The young man arrived, carrying no weapon, only frustration, doubt, and questions he couldn't escape. He came to challenge a philosopher, a man rumored to believe life was astonishingly simple. "I'll debate you until I'm satisfied." The challenge sounded bold, but underneath was a plea for answers. The philosopher didn't argue. He simply said, "Life is simple." The young man couldn't believe it. How could anyone call this chaotic world simple? He listed life's burdens: responsibility, disappointment, uncertainty, and pain. As children, life feels easy. Then adulthood arrives, and everything seems complicated. The philosopher listened without interruption. Sometimes silence teaches more than arguments. The world isn't complicated because of itself. It's complicated because you make it so. The words landed like lightning. At first, the statement felt insulting, but it also felt strangely true. The philosopher explained, "No two people live in exactly the same world. We see the same events, yet we experience completely different realities." Cold well water. In summer, the water feels wonderfully cold. That's your experience. In winter, the same water feels warm. The water didn't change. In winter, the same water feels warm. The water didn't change. For the first time, the young man paused. Maybe the problem wasn't only outside him. The philosopher offered another image: a pair of dark glasses. Wear them long enough, and everything looks dark. You begin believing darkness is reality. Sometimes the hardest thing is seeing clearly. Truth can feel uncomfortable at first. Change requires courage. Not courage against the courage against yourself. The prison was never locked. Can people really change? Of course. A spark of hope appeared. And hope changes everything. For years, he blamed the world. Now, he examined himself. Fear shaped many decisions. So did old wounds. Yet none defined him. Change began with responsibility. The weight started lifting. Not because life changed, because perspective changed, and peace quietly entered. The conversation was only beginning. No easy answers waited inside, only deeper questions. The young man looked back once more. The city hadn't changed, but he had. Sometimes transformation starts with a single idea. Sometimes it starts with a conversation. Sometimes it starts by questioning yourself. And sometimes simplicity is found where you least expect it. The world you experience is shaped not only by events, but by the meaning you give them. You may not control everything that happens to you, but you can transform the lens through which you see it. When you change your perspective, the world itself begins to look different. The path to happiness is not always about changing your circumstances. It is often about changing yourself.